Chefo etiefo mama bibia akwaba emfamra kwame gentle TV plus me so ne eda edikan a wo hwe ya me so obe like video yi ede ama me ebi nso no subscribe yes ede ama channel yi ede ama me kwame gentle TV plus na wi a wo do comment enso auto comment section wa me so comment ne ya na wa ma ho ate kakra ede ama ye ebi nso ya no a share video yi ama afoforo ene bia hwe adofo enensem ede bremu efa ye political parties e wo oman mu NPP NDC any dia kanom mese also benyamre no wetina say yes no wetie nsema mba besumi mido bibias.
Secretary has been saying said the reason why LUC is because we're not fair to our party people and treat you very well. Now in some cases he even said, which is the biggest joke in the world, also a spiritual. The General Secretary has said that. I think that is an indictment on the position for him to speak at the way he spoke. Say, hey, spiritual. Wow, enumerating reasons are Lucy, including lack of support for your party people. Some of the party people did not work very hard, especially the leadership of the party in the various government institutions, chief executives, any MDs and co. Campaign my party, and then you turn around to say, we have lost spiritually. What is spiritual about this? There is absolutely no evidence to suggest what the General Secretary is.
So you don't believe in spirituality?
It's false. In fact, it is the biggest cover-up. For a General Secretary to speak the way he spoke, I think that it is unfortunate.
Okay.
And I think the party people deserve an apology.
Okay.
Because only why we lost. There are two reasons why we lost. Number one reason.
Two reasons.
Okay. Just two reasons. Number one, the failure of the absolute failure of the current national officers of the party.
Okay.
They failed. In fact, performance in their mandate is the most shambolic, very abysmal performance. Now, so that is number one.
All of them?
All of them. All of them. From the national chairman right down to anybody.
Okay.
Now, maybe in the course of the conversation, more details why I think they have failed.
No.
And the other one is the way and manner the former president conducted himself in government.
You mean
so the details of that,
the former president of Bibrio Honanado now?
No, the immediate past former president Nana Akufo-Addo. I don't think he conducted himself very well, and therefore an affected partner. So these are the two reasons. But under the two reasons, there are other issues discuss it if there is time would permit us.
I would want us to run through the itemized and
okay, so about Akufo-Addo first.
Okay.
Number one, who said now he was very Brunisi impervious. Impervious say the concerns of Ghanaians. Say Ghanaians kasa. He has got to listen because some mandate you secured it from Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Ghanaians never vote too. In fact, you got your job as president because Ghanaian people hired you.
Okay.
And therefore, if the citizens or more kasa say wunti. So number one, cabinet reshuffle. A very, very important measure with the accessible government.
Okay.
Now running government for several months, up to close to about 2-3 years. Now I'm for calling for cabinet reshuffle because at that time now the government was actually struggling.
Okay.
And then so only make it reshuffle, just ignore the calls. But you can't say anybody calling for cabinet reshuffle is looking for a job. I think disparaging remarks, it offended a lot of Ghanaians.
Okay.
Over 90 NPP members of parliament. In 2022, I think in the middle of 2022, almost started a conversation around the fact that the economy now the leader, the finance minister, should step aside so that they can get a more capable, a more competent finance minister to take over. Omo pursue the president, follow the president. The president more chance. It was until later, about 6 months later, Omo hold the press conference, and then the president invited them to say, they are more kana mate, but we are in the IMF program. And I say IMF program go it through. I would remove the finance minister. the first tranche of the money I received from IM, I think it was in May 19th, thereabout, around the first month, which was about $600 million we received. It means that effectively by May or by the beginning of May, no IMF program has come to an end.
Okay.
So it was incumbent on the president to have fulfilled his promise.
Yeah.
To the members of parliament, say, IMF program has come to an end. So, Mr. Finance Minister, find your way. They pursued, and the call was all over the country, including senior members of the NPP who spoke publicly and privately. In fact, I will give my General Secretary a plus here, because he was publicly heard also calling for the removal of the finance minister. But Akufo-Addo did not care. He did not respect the views of the Ghanaian people, especially the NPP people who supported him to get the job he did.
Okay.
So he didn't do it. It was just around February 2024 thereabouts, some 10 to 11 months to election.
Yeah.
And then he did some reshuffle and removed him. Now, all removing, I mean, the insult. What infuriated Ghanaians more was that one pound the crowd, a very huge appointment as a senior presidential advisor on finance, and then he was also the envoy to the international investment and capital markets.
What promotes
our finance minister he said he was a local or domestic finance minister, because Juma abroad you have given it to your cousin again. I think that it was also not right.
Okay.
It was a sign of disrespect for other business. Now, your traditional authorities, this one there, you should know how Akufo-Addo effectively requested that your traditional authorities should stand up and greet him. Obia free traditional area. Obia. You are Ghanaians, but we come from different traditional area. We respect our chiefs. Now, for a president to come to my community and tell my chief or city in state to stand up and greet him, that president will never get my vote. It doesn't matter whether you're NPP president or NDC president. The president will. It's a disrespect for our traditional authority.
Okay.
Now, the governance is hinged on tradition, because the traditional authorities sometimes very, very difficult for your government officials, especially at the local level, to deliver. Now, if you disrespect and undermine your traditional authorities the way Akufo-Addo did, it became a problem.
Did anybody speak up publicly, including yourself? Because this was repeatedly done.
A number of people spoke up on this particular matter. I didn't speak out publicly, but a number of people spoke out publicly. It was on radio. People were talking, and you see,
people in NPP.
Yes, a lot of NPP people spoke.
Okay.
And you see, it is not even NPP. You have to respect the Ghanaian voice.
Yeah.
You are not an NPP president. You are the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Right.
Now, every Ghanaian citizen or your subject. Now say, they are not happy and they are speaking. You've got to listen to me, Bwana.
Right.
So people spoke. So now an issue. The other thing I found quite bad.
Okay.
Affecting the process was the traveling of this special presidential chair. I think that it was totally needless. He should not do that. Now, sometimes you have to humble yourself as a leader, and then you can galvanize the energies of it was bad. It was terrible. Very, very terrible. Now, I had spoken to two senior members of the party, and then they told me that they will speak to him. They didn't speak to him. Or they had spoken to him now because he kept carrying the chair. What was the need for that?
Maybe spiritual.
No, there shouldn't be any spirituality around that. The people like you. That is why they gave you the mandate. Nobody's going to do anything to you. Now, spirituality will only. In fact, that I don't even believe in that thing. For some reason, it is not right. Now, why didn't he bring the chair on the day of the inauguration of John Mahama?
So we're free power.
No, so it means there's nothing spiritual about it. Because you are looking, you were thinking, say, a different chair, so something will happen to you. So it was a big issue of this chair matter. Then the e-levy. e-levy. Obia NPP supporters all over the country said no. The Vice President of the Republic of Ghana on Peace FM or say implementing program now ebe hapat no ebe Ghanaian citizens are almost poor, but they went ahead and implemented e-levy. A day to the election, can you believe that all running campaign to seek the mandate of the Ghanaian people, and a day to the election work of increasing fuel prices? I have never seen this kind of strategy before. Very failed strategy. Government will run election, a day to election work of increasing fuel prices. I think it was uncalled for. A higher. 3 months to the election in October, the PUR